I can say this with all surety in my mind. I would never marry a gamer person. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Just tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire.
Welcome back to the channel, y'all. My name is Matt.
And I'm Ann.
And we have a story.
And it's a good one.
All right, y'all. So today is part 2 of the top 10, the other top 10 most awkward questions that young people and singles are too afraid to ask either to their mom or dad or to other young couples. And we are here to answer them so you don't have to chat GPT them.
You can still chat GPT them if you want to.
But we are real living people, so.
And also, these are also questions that we never even thought to ask.
These are
each other.
Pretty
They're just
good.
Very interesting. They really caused us to think when we were discussing them earlier before the video. So we'll jump right in. Make sure you like and subscribe and share if you find this interesting. And we love y'all. Thank you for your support. And let's get to the video.
Let's go.
All right, Matt, jumping right into the hard one. Should couples live together before they get married?
My personal opinion is the simple
2-letter word.
Yeah. My simple answer to this is no. But my other answer to the same question, it's complicated because my thing is there's a lot of people that do this, right? Should they live together before they get married? If I was living with Ann before we got married, why would I want to get married? Yeah. That's my thing. Because then you see people on the internet and they're like, oh, we've been living together for so many years, but now he's gonna finally propose to me. Why are we gonna get married? You know, like other than getting the ring or something, or just the title.
I don't really, to say that, well, also to agree with Matt, no, you shouldn't. Even though a lot of people say, how do you know the shoe will fit unless you wear it? All that to say, go back to our first video because we talk about if we know, how do you know it's the right one? Yeah, like Matt was saying, it's like you're doing all the stuff that married people are doing. I don't get the concept of living together before you get married. And why you get married even if you are living together. For a woman, I guess it'd be more like you're secure in that, oh, he's married to me now,
knowing that he is now my husband. He's not just like my boyfriend or fiance.
And he can't walk away as easily.
Exactly. Yeah.
I guess that, and then, but I really just don't understand why people, I guess they want to have their cake and eat it too. Yeah, maybe.
Exactly. What are the biggest red flags before marriage? This is a really good one.
Oh my goodness, this is such a complicated question because there's so many,
loaded.
And it's so different for everybody. But for me personally, the biggest red flags is I would definitely like I can say this with all surety in my mind, I would never marry a gamer person. I just know, like.
That's good. That's good to know.
Like that is a huge red flag in my mind. I want my husband to be there with me, and he can spend time on his phone or whatever. I don't want to police that.
Sure.
But it's just how he spends his time, and if he's a very balanced person. Also, like, I want him to be very tender and soft towards me. If he's very like...
All right, y'all, just wanted to tell y'all real quick about Crowd Health. We have been using them for almost 2 years now, and it's been absolutely awesome. And my family has actually switched over to using Crowd Health as well, and lots of other people. So let me go ahead and give y'all a little rundown. If you're looking for an alternative way to manage health care costs, definitely check out Crowd Health. One thing we really appreciate is that they include benefits like 1 free dental cleaning per member each year, which is big. If you have a large family, they cover up to $300 for an annual cleaning. So you just go to your local dentist's office and you go ahead and you get your cleaning for the year. You take a photo of the receipt, you submit it right into the Crowd Health app, and they reimburse you. So it's super awesome, and that's like pretty stinking sweet. The next big one that me and Ann absolutely love, and it's been a game changer in our marriage, is the free therapy visits. It's been incredible. They partnered up with BetterHelp, and it's awesome. And also, it's kind of cool because you get one therapist per person. So it's kind of awesome because me and Ann have a couples therapist. But if Ann wanted to, and Ann's been thinking about it as well, is getting her own personal therapist for whatever she wants, you know, to either be like a life coach or just a motivational person to talk to. So that's really awesome as well. They also offer telemedicine visits, which are awesome if you're scared of going to the doctors or you just need something checked out really quick. And they also have great prescription discounts. If you'd like to learn more about Crowd Health, we put up our discount code down the description down below. It helps us out a little bit on the channel, and it will definitely help y'all out as well if y'all decide to go with them. Back to the video.
I don't want to be treated like his, his buddy,
Yeah,
bro,
like a dude.
I'm your bro. I want to be treated like his wife, you know?
Like a lady.
Like a lady, and I still want to do fun things with them.
Yeah.
Have fun with them. Not saying that. I just don't want to be roughed with.
Yeah.
I guess if you wanted to say that. But those are two huge red flags. And then the flip side.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's your opinion on the flip side?
On the flip side is my big number one is, as a Christian, does he love and follow the Lord? If he has the same goals as me, just the same.
That's good.
Same goals for our life and for our family, and he's always there to push you forward without being, mean, or if he's there through thick and thin. Next question is, what are the biggest green flags to you
in a relationship?
Yeah.
Well, I would say, of course, once again, that just depends on the guy or the girl in the relationship and what they're looking for. But specifically, I was looking for somebody that was energetic, not a know-it-all. I should have said that in the red flags. That's definitely an ick for me. I can't stand know-it-alls. They drive me insane. Y'all.
Gosh.
But anyway, I think they drive most people insane. If they're really easy on the eyes, that helps out a lot. Definitely smart too. Like not like a know-it-all, but somebody that's actually smart, where they're just not like an airhead and they're just like, I just don't know how to do that. Somebody that you can actually like ask for their opinion and they'll actually give you their opinion. And then of course, to round it out, of course, definitely if the girl loves the Lord and is saved, and if she goes to a local church body, that's just the icing on the cake. That's awesome.
Green flag would be like if he treats you so like you're the only one that matters kind of to him. Not that he like forgets everybody else, but he treats you like somebody super, super special. To him, he's fun. Yep. He's fun to be with, fun to do stuff with, He's very lighthearted, but can also be serious. Those are some huge green flags. And if he loves the Lord too, and definitely easy on the eyes.
Yeah.
Wink,
Oh
wink.
dear.
Wink, wink.
Oh dear. How do you avoid temptation while dating or courting? We have kind of already answered this in a couple videos ago, but there's lots of new people to the channel and not everybody watches every video. So
make it short and sweet. Don't be alone together.
Yeah.
By yourselves, if you want to stay away from
temptation,
all the touchy and everything like that. If you don't, convictions.
Yep.
But if you would rather not have that temptation, just try to be around as many people as you can. And I know there's times where you need to be alone with your partner
to talk through stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. But definitely always just kind of being in eyesight. You can be 1,000 feet over there, but at least several people, or at least a couple people that you trust, can be able to kind of see you.
Yeah, and definitely,
accountability.
Yeah, just trying to keep it kind of always in the back of your mind, like I know this was kind of always in our minds, like I'm not gonna touch him, I'm not gonna kiss him.
And both just being very clear about that. Like we talked about that all the time. Like, hey, I'm not gonna touch you, you're not gonna touch me, We might feel like absolutely doing it.
Yeah, just
of
talk.
course.
You can talk about it.
Absolutely talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a weird, strange thing, you know, not at all.
All right, Matt, this is a super serious question that I'm sure lots of people wonder is how do you build trust before marriage?
How do you build trust before marriage? Mainly, that just comes down to the person's personality too. Because I remember Anne was telling me, she's like, kind of the same thing of like, how did you know I was the right one? Or how did you know I wouldn't just like dump you or whatever, you know? And I was just like, I just had a gut feeling. Like I just trusted the Lord, and you know, you're upfront and honest with each other. That's gonna build so much trust. Just being upfront, honest, super transparent. The thing that's gonna totally destroy trust is if you're trying to keep secrets from each other about past history. Not saying that you have to like dive into every little nitty-gritty thing that you've ever done, but definitely if
you have it in your, I guess what he's trying to say, if you don't mind me interrupting.
Sure,
if you have it in your mind that, hey, I should probably share this with them.
Yep.
Totally. If you have that in your mind,
totally.
Share it.
Share it. If it pops up in your mind, share it. That's really good.
And especially if you're gonna if you're seriously considering about marrying this person, you know, if you have that in your mind.
That conscious. Your conscience.
And you're probably like pretty much sure I'm gonna marry this person. Yeah, you probably should share it. If you're thinking about sharing it, you should probably share it.
Yeah.
Because then you know they'll know it before you get married, and then also like you know
you both can work through it. You know, if you need to.
And there's some things that every couple has where it's like you know you kind of like are scared to share something, and then you get married and you share it, and then they're like, you know, like why didn't you share that before we got married? Like, it's totally fine. You know, we all have our like doubts. Oh, it's gonna take this the wrong way, or you know, whatever.
There was several things that we didn't discuss, or maybe just slipped our minds while we were courting, and then we have told each other. And y'all, the thing is that when me and Anne got married, Anne was 18, I was 19. You know, there's 18, 19 years right there of past history. So it's going to just take years and years and years. When some little event happens, you're like, oh my goodness, I just remembered something that I went through, either like a traumatic event or maybe past trauma or something. You're able to then, if you've built a nice, secure, loving relationship with the person, you can tell that person, you can just you can both bounce off of each other and kind of be able to become a really stable relationship.
Just talk as much as you can through things and about things. You become best friends and you can trust them. Each
other.
Friends trust each other.
Yeah,
so
you got to.
If you become best friends, then you'll trust each other, and it's love too. Love and trust, they go hand in hand.
Whole lot of faith too.
Yeah.
Whole lot of faith. Is it okay to have doubts before marriage?
Depends on the doubts. Are you doubting that you should marry that person, or you just have doubts in general? Those are two different things. If you're doubting that you should marry that person, everybody has jitters and stuff.
Yeah.
Not saying that, but if you're like, oh man, like I don't know if I can spend the rest of my life with this person, you might want to take a little longer. Doubts in general, I think that's just normal to have doubts. You know, we want to trust each other as much as possible, but it's never going to be like 100%.
No.
We live in a very imperfect world and very imperfect people. I am. So you're going to have doubts even after you get married.
It's just another one of those things you just bring it up to your partner and be like, hey, I'm just kind of dealing with this, and I just maybe need your opinion, or maybe I don't need your opinion and I just need your love and support on it. And you know, the key is to everything that we've learned in our relationship is just open communication.
Yeah, and be very understanding and gentle with
100%.
each other. Not be like, jump down their throat. Well, why do you have doubts about this? You know, I already explained all that to you, or whatever, you know. Maybe he did or didn't, you know, just being very understanding to each other. All right, next question is to Matt is, how do you resolve disagreements or arguments without hurting your relationship?
Well, the thing that me and Anne established right off the bat was we were not going to call each other names. And another big one that me and Ann have really tried our hardest in our relationship too is if we are having an argument or a disagreement, is not to yell, not to shout, you know.
If you need to leave the room,
if you need to leave the room, if you need to go take a walk, that is absolutely fine, totally fine to go gather your thoughts. But the main thing is that you have to know is that the arguments and the disagreements are gonna happen, period. So prepare.
Without being so negative either, though.
Before the arguments even happen. Have a game plan. What are we gonna do when we have a disagreement? And me and Ann have had to work through this, and
we still are.
We still are working through this when certain disagreements pop up, you know, because the devil wants to destroy our marriage and drive us away from each other, and we're still in these fleshly bodies, you know. So it's just trying to restrain yourself from being fleshly, you know, because sometimes you're like, man, I wish I could just, you know, if I just said what I was feeling right now, like everything, you know, not being an adult, you know, not a loving, kind person, that'll just make me feel so much better. Actually, in all reality, it doesn't. It makes you feel even more crappier, especially looking back too. It's just like we were saying in the last video, and this just depends on your marriage and your relationship between the man and the wife, is in our relationship that we have it set up is that I'm the rock and I am a safe place for Ann to be able to kind of pour out all of her worries and fears and anger and everything into, and she does not have to feel scared or judged or anything like that in this environment, because I don't want her to be holding stuff back from me, because that's just when resentment sets in and everything like that.
Yeah, for me is a really big one that we had lots of people tell us, older couples, is never go to bed angry.
Yeah.
And that is just so huge. Like, even if
Big
you have
time.
to talk till midnight or you know, work things out, you know, try to be understanding with each other. And there's gonna be hurt. You're gonna hurt one another, but just don't let bitterness or resentment grow. You can, and like being able to tell like each other calmly and stuff, like, you hurt me. Like, not enough couples tell each other that, you know, they get angry, that's their first reaction, and then the other person's like, oh, you know, they're getting mad at me, so I'm gonna get mad at them. And why, you know, just being able to feel your feelings and be like, just tell them blatantly, like, not as a robotic, but just like, you know, what you said, you know, that hurt me, or that hurt my feelings, or whatever, you know. Just being plain and clear about things and not letting it go to the next level. But not hanging on to it, not keeping track or record in your mind.
1,000,000%.
And that's what I really have to work on as a woman. We like to keep score. We have really good memories, but you know, he's not there to hurt you or hopefully not to manhandle you in words or in physically. But
because that would be really rough if it was like, because I do know people that do that and they keep a score chart, and it's just like every time, even if it was a normal, hey, I just don't really like how you're doing this, and then if I just whip back at her and was like, well, I don't like this, that, and the other, or you did this, that, or whatever. No, I want to be like, oh my goodness,
start fresh.
Like, oh my goodness, I didn't know that you were feeling that way, or that ticked you off or whatever. And I'm going to be like, why would I not want to either make you happy or make you more comfortable, you know, in our relationship? What is some things you wished you had known before marriage?
Kind of going back to the 1 year of how hard it is, the first year being married, I wish I would have known how hard it was. All that to say, not to be negative or anything, like, being married is a wonderful and glorious thing. Being single is a wonderful and glorious thing, you know. It is hard to be single and it is hard to be married. And
not enough people say that.
And like, some people, I know a lot of people are just like, if it's hard to be married, you're not in a good relationship, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's different for every couple and every
100%.
relationship. But yeah, I wish I would have known how it's not all peaches and cream. Also, on the flip side, I really wish I would have known, and it's hard to know how much fun it is to be married too. Like, man, it's just like we tell each other all the time, like, this is so much fun. Like, when we're in bed eating snacks and we don't have to share it with anybody else, we're like, this is so much fun to be married and just enjoy each other. Kind of just those two things, and those things are some things you never know until you get married, but you kind of wish you still knew them before you got married.
100%. Because I think what you're trying to say is not that if you knew, you would kind of feel like, oh, maybe I don't really want to get married. But it's like, I wish I knew how maybe mentally demanding it was going to be, because then I can kind of prepare myself for marriage.
Yeah, I definitely didn't prepare enough for marriage.
And that goes from, boom, I would love to know how kind of hard it was mentally, physically, everything for marriage. And then also, I think that goes right into, I think you would agree with parenthood too, and being a new mother. I think you've said and told me all the time too.
Some things you won't know till you walk. Betrayal,
100%.
And it's just the good and the bad and the ugly and the
can't learn it all from books.
No, you can't.
So gotta learn by doing.
Okay, the next question, this is kind of a juicy one. How do you keep the romance alive after the honeymoon phase?
Be spontaneous. Simple. Super simple.
That's super good.
It's one of them, one of many things, but be spontaneous. It was the other night, and Anne was like, you know what we should do sometime is we should have some s'mores. We haven't had s'mores in like forever. And I'm like, go get s'more supplies right now. I'm gonna go.
I was thinking weeks later.
You're gonna go get the s'more supplies. I'm gonna go get the sticks. So, and just doing that, because especially if either your wife or your husband says, hey, that would be something fun to do. And within reason, especially if it's something simple too, act on it. Do it. What did it cost? $7, and we had an absolutely fun time. We haven't just making memories and just being spontaneous, especially with simple stuff, especially for parents watching and everything like that. And we only have one, but we absolutely know at least a little touch of what it's like, especially when you have a baby and everything like that. You're less spontaneous when you have kids.
You just don't feel like, a lot of women, we go through a lot of emotions and hormones and everything like that, and you just don't feel like doing anything romantic or being romantic or anything like that. And I guess kind of pushing the guys out there, like, she still loves you.
Yep.
And she still wants to be romantic. She just doesn't feel like it that much. And you kind of just got to pull a little bit more and, push a little bit more for her. And
because you want to be spontaneous, know, but then, and I do too, but then sometimes it's just like, also, I would also 100% agree with this, because I've inherited from my father, sorry, Dad, for throwing you under the bus a little bit, but I've kind of got a little bit of procrastinator in me for certain things. So trying to, most of the time, say yes to things. And even if I say no, because that's the easiest thing. All people, that's your humanly,
the first
that's
thing
your first thing
little kids say is no.
No. And that's the easiest way out. You're sitting on the couch, you're watching YouTube or whatever. You're drinking your coffee, and somebody asks you to get up and do something or go do something, and you're like, no, and it's super easy to say. But sometimes, most of the time, and what I've been working on is, sometimes I'll say, no, I'm not going to do that. And I'm like, you know what? That's stupid. Why am I even saying no? Why am I going to say no to this awesome opportunity of going on a walk or going and riding segways down the road with our baby, and just something, whatever it is,
I guess it's a spark, and just like having fun, like
having fun, 100%.
Marriage is serious enough, like just go have fun, and then you know what, like romance is gonna come out of that, like
100%.
Go up behind him and give him a quick whack, or kiss him, or whatever your love language stuff is, just having fun, playing,
goofing,
playing with each other. It's just,
it's really good.
It's good for and healthy for you to do. So,
how do you make God the center of your marriage?
Be in the Word. Just read God's Word every day, and it talks a lot about reverence and honoring your husband, and like that's not talked about enough in marriages. nowadays with feminism and everything like that. Just serve one another, like.
Yeah.
And then, you know, that's what God wants in a marriage, you know.
Yep.
That's how Christ serves the church, and we serve the Lord through praise and worship and everything like that, and, you know, just serving one another, and God's gonna bless that. And, you know, if you really love one another, God's gonna be the center of your marriage.
Yeah. If you're given 110% on each side, and you're just loving and trusting in the Lord, and you're praying together and everything like that, it helps.
You're fighting together.
You're fighting together, exactly. Yeah. If you're not fighting together, you're fighting against each other. So,
last question. Thank you for all staying till this end. That's been such a wonderful blessing to us. But if you could go back, Matt, and back to our courting days so long ago, would you do anything differently?
In all reality, like all things considered, no, not really. No,
which is great. If you have that
absolutely loved our whole entire courtship. It was great. Like we've said in the other videos, it's like, oh man, I wish maybe, like when I proposed to Anne, I wish I maybe held her hand or put the ring on her hand. But for me and Anne, we are hypersexual critters, and it would have been a slippery slope. And we absolutely don't judge anybody that has kissed before marriage or held hands before marriage or anything like that. That is between you and your partner and God, and we don't judge anybody that does anything like that.
Yeah, pretty much the same. It was just perfect and special. I think everybody has some things, you know, in the back of their mind that, oh man, you know. But if you are thinking about it like all the time, like, oh, I wish, then that's kind of sad. But like for us, it was perfect and it was right, and we loved it, and you know.
Yeah, we have no like guilt or anything like that of like, man, I wish we didn't. And I think that was the big testimony for why we were so happy that we just waited till marriage, because we don't have any of that. And I know several people that, you know, are Christians and everything like that, and they're like, man, I really wish we didn't really do that before marriage, or that was kind of really close, just kind of silly. We should have just waited. But that is the end of the video. This one went a little bit longer than the first one, but that's okay, because we wanted to kind of get into the nitty-gritty on these ones and just really kind of pour our hearts out to y'all and let y'all know our opinions and thoughts on it. And remember to like, share, and subscribe, and share with some family or friends, or maybe some single people that you know, or maybe some young people that you know, or even some oldie-weds. I know that it brings back good memories for them as well. And we love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.
Love y'all.
Bye-bye.